Hello everyone, Kalla here, and welcome to this next section of daily puzzles in Catriel and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. So this is going to be number 14, I believe. Number 14. Let's see what sort of puzzles await us here, huh? Neighbouring kings. A king is born, and then another, and another, but each kingdom can only cope with one. That makes sense, each kingdom can only have a king. The area is still limited by a thick line of kingdoms. Make one knight from each kingdom into a ruler for the others. It's quite simple for a knight to become a king, just select him. Select him again, and he'll turn back into a knight once more. Each kingdom must have exactly one king. There must also not be more than two kings or two knights in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, unless separated by one or more empty spaces. Okay. Once you've appointed your kings, press plus or submit. Any kingdoms in breach of terms will be coloured an embarrassing red. But you'll have a chance to put things right. Don't worry. Okay. So each kingdom has to have a king. So these two have to be kings, because they're the only ones in their kingdoms. Ditto this guy. This guy can clearly not be a king, so it has to be this one. Oh wait, no, these are two separate kingdoms. Are they allowed to be kings? Wait, I thought I couldn't have two... Wait. I need to look at the instructions again. There must not be more than two kings or two knights in a row. There must not be more than two kings or two knights in a row. Oh, okay, so there can be two in a row. Is what you're saying, right? So now there's two kings and two knights in this row. Oh, except that this one has to be a king. Right? Wait, does each kingdom have to have a king? Each kingdom must have exactly one king. This should probably be this king, right? And like this one, maybe? This one. That one and this one and also him? No. Probably this one. Is that right?
I have a feeling that perhaps... Still not a patch on Miss Layton, of course.
Okay, apparently that was right, but I'm still not sure I understand the rules exactly. Just feels like I read the rules wrong. Okay, you're the only one in your kingdom. You're the only one in your kingdom. Same for you and you. So now that that's those... Ah, wait. Okay, there can't be more than 2 in a row. So this one can't be a king, this one can. And this one can't be a king, and this one can. This one can't be a king, this one can. Can't be more than 2 kings, 2 knights in a row. So this one has to be a king. And I think we have to make the middle one here. Actually, it doesn't have to be this one, does it? Could be that one. And like this one? Oh, but now we've got more than 2 kings diagonally, so I think it has to be this one. And same here, so that has to be there. I think that's right?
So, in conclusion... Thank goodness I got that right.
Okay. I think I've got it now. Right, you're on your own, you're on your own. You're on your own. How about we make you a king? I don't have a particular reason for that one. I think this guy should be a king. This guy. And this one to separate that giant line of knights. And this one to separate this line of knights. There's no more than 2 in a row anywhere. So I think that's... Nope. Okay. I messed it up.
If you'll entertain my idea here...
Yeah.
Miss Layton would never have got that wrong.
I thought it told me I'd have an opportunity to... Oh, right. Okay, there we go. Right. Why are these kingdoms wrong? I thought I'd figured it out. Maybe I haven't. Oh wait, there can't be more than 2 of each in a row unless separated by a space, right? There must not be more than 2 kings or 2 knights in a row, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, unless separated by 1 or more empty spaces. Where have I gone wrong? I don't think there is any that are more than that, right? Or am I just blind? Like, is this a problem? But this is always going to be a problem, right? Okay, what if I swap the king here? But then there's this as a problem. What if I do... Oh, wait. Okay. Right. Here. Except now that doesn't work. So this guy can't be king. Well, I mean, it's not that he can't be king. No, I don't think he's allowed to be king. I think the king's got to be here, right? And then, like, that's what I had before, and that was wrong. I mean, unless this guy is king. Then, like, this guy here? And this one here, but not that one there. But that doesn't work because I've now got 3 across here. So what if this guy's king? Except now I've got a diagonal 3 like that. Why was what I had before wrong? I feel like this is just what I had before. Why is it wrong?
If you'll entertain my idea here... I don't cut the mustard at all, do I?
Okay. Now I see it. Because there's 3 kings in this. Except there's an empty space. Empty spaces were fine, right? I'm very confused. The guide I'm looking at says it's like this. I don't know why that's okay and mine wasn't, but...
I have a feeling that perhaps... Still not a patch on Miss Layton, of course.
Something is telling me that this section is gonna be an issue. Anyway, you're on your own, so you're king. That's the only one of you I can say that about. You're also on your own, so you have to be king. One of you two has to be king. I don't know which of you that's going to be. You. And then I think you. I think you should be king. And then also one of these two. Oh, it's actually you have to be king. So actually, you have to be king. And then you can be king. No, you can't be king. You've got to be king. Actually, you can't be king. You have to be king. Which means that you can't be king and you do. Which means that we need to swap these two around. Now does it work? No, you can't be king. So actually you are king. Is that right? I have no confidence in this. But apparently it's right.
This is hard work. See, I get them right sometimes.
You know, I fully expected that to go red. Oh well. King on his own. What if something like this? Nope. The king in this one has to be one of these three on the diagonal. Because otherwise you're going to have three on a diagonal. So what if we make you the king? And then you. And like this one. Now if he's the king, actually, what if we move the king down? No, because then we're going to get three across there. So actually, the one in here has to be here, because otherwise you get threes within the same kingdom. So that means that 1, 2, this guy has to be king, which means that this guy can't. So it's one of these two. Does it matter which? It probably does, because there's a full diagonal of knights right now, so this guy. Which means that 1, 2, 3, this guy has to be king. Ditto 1, 2, 3. Except that doesn't feel right, because we've got... Actually, are these guys okay because they've got gaps between them? Maybe I should... What if I swap that? Does it? It does. Is this okay?
Blimey, this is hard work. So I solved that little conundrum, eh?
Okay, I think I'm getting there. Yeah, because that's the unless empty slots rule in action. Right, let's grab the solo kings first. And at least one of these three has to be a king. Well, definitely one of these two has to be, because they're sharing a kingdom. And it feels useful if it's this guy to reduce the number of knights in that row. One of these three has to be the king for this kingdom, because otherwise we've got 3 knights in a row. So I think I'm going to pick the middle one. It could equally be that one. Actually, let's make it that one, because otherwise, because that breaks up that 3. I need a king between these two. Let's pick this one. And then this guy needs to be king to break up that set. And this guy? No, this guy can't be because now we've got a diagonal of 3. We have a diagonal of 3 knights to break up here, so if we pick this one. And then, wait, I thought we were done, but we've got these. Right, we've got a diagonal of 3 knights up here, so this is the king. But now we've got a diagonal of 3 kings here. Which means that that doesn't work. So if we swap that king up to there, then we need to swap this guy over to here. This guy down here, I think. No, you need to be over there. I want to swap these two around again. Right, we might as well... Right, if we swap those two around. And these two. Do I still have any rows of 3? I don't think so. So this feels right. Nope. No, it isn't.
Collate the data and the answer will drop out. No, that can't be right.
Okay, so these two are wrong. If I swap this king to here, that doesn't seem to cause an issue. Is this better? Yep.
This analysis would be simplicity itself. That was just a simple piece of profiling work.
This is still bothering me. Oh, we're getting bigger. Alright. Are there any knights on their own kingdom? Yes. Nope. Missed them. That one. And this one. I feel like the delineations between the kingdoms could be easier to see. I need to pick 2 in this set, so I think, based on the number of nearby knights, I want it to be that one and that one. Ditto, I need to pick 2 between these. So this one to help with that diagonal, and this one. Then maybe this guy. Oh, this guy has to be a king. And this guy has to be a king. I missed several, huh? You can't be a king, you can't be a king. Oh, okay. Never mind. That means that this guy can't be a king. Alright, now this guy can be a king. This guy can't be a king, so it's this one. Right. I think it's gonna have to be one of these two. So I want to put him there for the time being, I think. Which means that this needs to be the king? And this one. This guy can't be king. Oh, and neither can this one. That's a problem. Alright then, if we swap this one around, we've got to then move this guy, and then this guy can be king. And I still need to move this one. So maybe the king here is in the middle. Which breaks up that diagonal of knights across the middle of the thing. Right, this guy can't be king. Can this guy be king? Also no, which means I've still messed up. If I swap this over, then this guy is allowed to be king. And this one here. Is that right? I think I'm confident on that. Nope. I didn't spot that diagonal.
Miss Layton would never have got that wrong.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'll get there in the end. Right, it's this diagonal through here that's currently the problem. Wait, if I just move this king down... No, that doesn't work. Actually, no, it's fine, there's a gap there. I was counting 1, 2, 3 down, but it doesn't matter because there's a gap. This one.
So, in conclusion, that's a relief. I wasn't entirely sure.
Hooray, I got it. Number 8. Right, you're a solo king, you're a solo. And you? I feel like you're the best king here. Wait, no, maybe not. Right, this piece here has 3 knights across, and no, it's only 2 down. I thought for some reason it went down there as well. The lines are not that obvious. So one of these 3 has to be the king. It makes more sense to put him there, I think. So that means I think that this guy has to be a king. And then yeah, this guy is also a king. We can't make this guy a king now because of those. So I think I make this one a king? And then this one. If we follow this up here, I need to make this guy a king. And then... Wait, so this is 5 long, so the one in the middle has to be a king. Which means that this guy and this guy also have to be kings. Which means we just have this one where only this one can be the king. And over here, this guy has to be the king. And then we still have 3 here. Darn. Right, this guy has to be the king. And therefore that guy has to be the king, and therefore this guy has to be the king. So it means that this guy has to be a king, actually. Which means that then this guy has to be a king. So this guy can't be a king. So that guy is a king. Then I've got problems up here. But if I swap that guy up to here, then I think I've fixed all of the problems. I don't think I have any more lines of 3 anywhere. Submit.
Be lucky if I crack this one. Ha-ha! See? I'll get them right sometimes.
Hooray! Number 9. Okay. King on his own. King on his own. This weird right angle one has to be that king. This guy's on his own. Is there anything else that's really obvious right now? I don't think so. Well, within their own, but 1, 2, this guy has to be a king. Which means that 1, 2, this guy has to be a king. And therefore 1, 2, this guy has to be a king. And 1, 2, this guy has to be a king. One, 2, this one. 1, 2, this guy. I think I'm getting it now. 1, 2, this guy. 1, 2, this one. Yeah, I think I have a strategy now. If you start with the ones where you know for certain where the kings have to be, and then you just start counting 2 knights along in things that already have kings, then you find a lot of your other ones. And so we can go that, and now we count along these kings and go there's 2 kings next to one another, so that knight Or neither that knight or that knight can be a king, so this one has to be a king. Which is fine because there's a gap between him and these two. And this guy can't be a king because of those two, so it's this one. I finally got it!
Puzzle is something you have to chew over. I ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Who knows how to do this puzzle now? It's only taken, what, 10 of them? 9 of them. Right. You're on your own. You're on your own. You're a kingdom with 5 knights in it. You're on your own. You're on your own. So are you. Okay. So then we count 2 diagonally along here, and this has to be a king. And we count 2 diagonally along here, and this has to be a king. 2 diagonally like this, and this guy has to be a king as well. This guy can't be a king because he's between 2 other kings, therefore this guy's a king. I've got 2 kings in a row here, so this guy can't be a king, which means that this guy's a king. I've got 2 kings in a row, so he can't be, so he is. This guy can't be a king, and this guy can't be a king. So the king over here is one of these 2. But I don't know which right now. It might be easier to make it this guy, because then we've dealt with 2 sets of 3 down there. But I might have to change that guy. This guy can't be a king, so that guy has to. This guy can't be a king, so that guy has to. No, wait, he can't be the king here because there's those 3 knights, duh. So it's got to be that one. Which means that this guy has to be the king to break those 3s. And this guy has to be a king to break that 3.
This puzzle's got some bite. They do call me Sherlock Holmes for nothing.
Do 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 do. Number 11. King on his own. King on his own. King on his own up in the corner. Oh no, wait, no. There's a line between the kingdoms there. I thought for a second this was T-shaped. No, it isn't. A T-shape would have been easier to solve. Actually, no, it's still easy to solve because I've got to put one somewhere along these three, but it can't be at the bottom because of these two. Actually, no, that still doesn't solve whether it's that one or that one. I had a strategy, and now that strategy doesn't seem to work on this. Oh, there's another king on his own. Do 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 do. I'm just gonna have to try and work it out, huh? Right, what say that guy's a king? And then that guy's a king. And then that guy's a king. I have no particular reasoning for those. What if we then make this guy a king? And then this guy and this guy. This guy and this guy. Then this guy. Can't be king, nope. Because the king here has to be one of those three. Which means it can't be one of these two, which means this guy can't be king. This guy has to be. So I think then this guy is king and that guy is king. So I think this guy is king, but then this guy can't be. That guy should be. And then I think we can make this guy king. No. Yeah, let's make this guy king and then swap the king out to there. That doesn't work. Make this guy king. Why am I back to my trial and error again? Do all of these kingdoms look okay now? Do I have... I've got a diagonal set of knights up here. I feel like I can solve this by swapping the king over here. I don't think... That looks okay, I think. It is okay.
I'll have the answer shortly. That was just a simple piece of profiling work.
Alright, what have we got? Do I have any knights that are alone in their kingdoms? No. But I do have this one that's 3 across and 5 down, so therefore its king is here. Oh no, wait, no, that's a separate one. Regardless, it's 5 down, therefore its king is there. Why is it so difficult to see the lines sometimes? One of these three on this diagonal needs to be a king, but I'm not sure who right now. There needs to be 2 kings on this line. One of these 2 definitely needs to be a king. Let's say one of these 2 because there are just those 2. And one of these 3 has to be a king. I don't have anything definite and for sure right now. Do I have any way of making any of these a definite and for sure this is a king? I don't think so, so let's just say, actually no, yeah. What if this guy is a king and so is this guy? And this one. And also the guy next to him. No, this one. Then this guy needs to be a king, and if that guy's a king, then that guy needs to be a king. And no, the way I have it now, these 3 need to be a king, so I'm going to swap these 2 over. So does it matter if I do both? Because I can have those 2 next to one another. So now I think this guy needs to be a king. Oh no, now I've ended up with 3 in a row here. So not this guy, but that guy. And yeah, we do need to swap those 2 over actually. No, there. Then I can put a king here. One of these 2 should be a king, and it would make more sense for it to be that guy. And I think I can make this one a king, and this guy a king. And it doesn't feel right that this doesn't seem to matter now. Where have I messed up? Can I put a king here? Yes. Here also yes, and I guess I'll put him. Yeah. Oh, I still have to do this one. With this one equal, it's got to be that one because of that diagonal there. I don't think I have a set of 3 anymore. Submit.
This analysis would be simplicity itself. That was just a simple piece of profiling work.
Alright, it was correct. Good, 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 good. Number 13. Right. Anything obvious? Don't see anything immediately obvious. I think I'm going to make this guy a king. Oh wait, this guy has to be a king. He's on his own. And then we have to make this guy a king. I think I'm going to put a king in one of these 2, say this one, and then also here. Then I need one here. And therefore also there. Now I've got a 3 across here. Okay, we'll just have this guy be a king instead. And swap this one down here. And then also have this guy be a king. Nope, nope. I've ended up with the 3. Alright, this guy be the king. And this guy be a king. Nope. That guy's not allowed to be a king. Which means one of these two has to be a king. So okay, we swap that guy up there, swap these two over. Make this one a king and this one a king. And I think I fixed the problems I caused over there. Which means that then for... ooh... Wait, no, this... Huh. You can't be a king. Right, so I'm going to swap this king up here. So now I can make this guy a king. And then also this guy, and that solves my issue up there. Do I have a 3 left anywhere? I don't think so, therefore submit.
This analysis would be simplicity itself. Of course, I knew I would be able to solve it.
Alright. Almost at the 2/3 mark. I will be after I've completed this 5-hat difficulty one. Yikes. Okay, he's on his own. He's also on his own. I don't think there's anyone else on their own. Alright, one of these 3 has to be a king. And it would be really useful if it was this one, because then that deals with 2 groupings of 3. So if that guy's the king, then one of these 2 needs to be. And it would be most useful if it was that one. Same concept. Most easy if it's that one. I need one of these 2 to be king. And I'm not sure if it matters. So I'm going to put him here. And then I think this guy should be king. Because that breaks up those 3. Then I need one of these 2 to be king. Let's say this one. Which means I need this guy to be king. And also this guy. Oh, that guy's on his own up there. Didn't even notice. Nope, I've got a 3 across here. Okay. Swap you to there and swap you to over here. No. No, put you back there. Swap you to this one. Am I fixed? I think I'm fixed. Submit?
This is an interesting one. Puzzles are made for solving.
Hooray! $15. Alright, you're on your own in your kingdom. You're on your own in your kingdom. You're also on your own. I think that's all the ones that are on their own, but I could be being blind. I think I want to make this guy king. No particular reason for it, but I need a king among these four, but actually it has to be among two in the middle. So I'm thinking this one right now, but that might change. I also need one in these three. It would be easiest if it wasn't this guy. Well, I mean, it can't be this guy at the immediate moment, so that one. Which means that this guy would have to be king. I need a king somewhere in these three. So let's put him in the middle. This guy wouldn't be able to be king, but this guy would. Also make this guy a king. I need this guy to be king. Then let's put one here. Let's make this guy a king. To this one. This guy would need to be king given what I have over there at the moment. Oh, this guy's on his own. I did miss a guy on his own. This guy? And this one. And then this one? And this one? I feel like there's probably something wrong in here right now. Do I have any threes? I've got a line of 4 kings going up here. Alright, if we swap you with there, swap you into here, and swap you up there. You down to here. Then I have eliminated my line of 4 kings, but have I... Yeah, I've gained a line of 3 knights there, so what if I swap you and you? I think I fixed it. Did I fix it? Sounds like it.
Blimey, this is hard work. Ha-ha! See? I get them right sometimes.
Hooray! I did fix it. Okay. Are there any lost and lonely knights? I can't see any right now. But this kingdom in the corner, 2 lines of 3, has to have a king right there. Therefore, there has to be a king here. Now, one of these two has to be king, and... Actually, no. Wait. Diagonally, this guy needs to be a king, so that guy can't, which means this guy has to be. Then we've got another corner kingdom over here, which means that this guy's got to be a king. But this guy's got to be... And this guy's got to be... This guy's also got to be a king. And so is this one. One of these two on this diagonal have to be. So I think I'm going to say this guy. And this one. No. Yep, you're not a king. You're a king. You're a king. Nope. Does have to be this. So if this one is a king, that one's a king. No, that one's got to be a king. Hey, this guy's got to be a king because of this. Which means this guy has to be a king. Which means this guy has to be a king, and therefore that guy has to be a king. Board looks okay now. Yes. Submit.
I eat puzzles like this for breakfast. They don't call me Sherlock Holmes for nothing.
Got it. Okay, this sort of lightning bolt shaped one has to have a king right in this middle point, because otherwise it has two sets of three crossing. So that's my first definite king. There's some weirdly shaped kingdoms in this one. Right, this one with a cross of knights has to be the king in the middle there. I think I want to make this guy a king. And then this guy in the middle. And that one there. This guy would also have to be a king. Which means that this one here has to be a king. And then this one here. Yeah, that looks right. Submit.
This puzzle's got some bite. I ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Almost to the end, she says. Right, some lonely, lonely kings on this one. Lonely, lonely kings with no vassals at all and almost no space. Now what? Right, this guy here can't be a king because he's right between two others. So this one has to be a king. This guy right here can't be a king. Oh, there's another lonely king there. Right, this guy can't be a king. So this guy has to be. Do 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 do. Right, this one can't be a king, so this one has to be. And therefore this one can't be, so that one has to be. This guy can't be king, so this one has to be. This guy needs to be a king, because he's the third night in a row. And so does this guy. This guy cannot be king, but the king could be this one or that one. Ditto, this guy can't, so the king can be this guy, or this one down here. Right, I need a king either here or here, and I'm not certain if it matters. Either way, wherever I put a king here, this guy can't be king, and since that guy also can't be king, then this has to be a king there. So I'm just gonna pick one of these, and I'm gonna pick this one, I think. Now I'm gonna pick the one below it. Changed my mind. I think this guy or that guy needs to be a king. This would be the easiest for various reasons. No, because otherwise there's this line here. So the king has to be one of these two. So let's make it this guy. Which means that one of these two needs to be king. But also one of these two needs to be king. So I think like this. No, wait, I've ended up with 3 kings in a row over here. Okay, so that guy actually has to be king. Which means this guy has to be king, which means that this guy has to be king. Right. Okay, okay, okay. Nope, I've got a line of 3 knights over here now. So let's swap those back over again. Because that was going to be fine right there. Right, okay. Knight, knight, therefore king. Knight, knight, therefore king. And then the king up here has to be here to break up that diagonal 3. Which means I think I'm done. I'm done.
I'll have the answer shortly. Puzzles are really very simple when you know the proper methods.
Alright. 3 left, 3 left. Lonely kings, all on their own. Is that all of them? Nope. There's one there. Right-angled country. Do I have anything more like that? Don't think so. Oh, no. We've got this country here, which has a line of 3 within it, so that one. I mean, technically it doesn't have to be the guy in the middle on that one, actually. It could be either end. So actually I'm going to undo that. Because I'm uncertain right now. Is there anything I can do that's absolutely certain at this point? Aside from this guy here not being king. You know what, let's reinstate this guy. He's fine. Ah, wait, there's a lonely one. So now this guy can't be king. What if we make this guy king? Right, 1, 2, therefore this guy's a king. 1, 2, therefore this one. 1, 2, this guy's a king. 1, 2, this guy's a king. So I'm pretty happy about that right-hand side. Right, this guy can't be a king, therefore this guy is. This one can't be a king, therefore it's got to be one of these two, but it can't be this one, because he's also between two kings, so this one. Which means that this guy has to be a king to break up that great big long line of knights right there. And therefore this guy also needs to be a king. Doodle doo doo doo. Doodle doo. Doodle doo doo doo. This guy needs to be a king. Nope, I've got 3 in a row here. It can't be that guy, it's got to be this one. Right. This guy cannot be a king because there's 2 kings underneath him, so this one has to be. One of these has to be king, but we knew that already, but the middle one cannot be king because there's kings either side of him, so this guy. This guy can't be a king, therefore this one. And does it actually matter which of these 2 is king? And also is the rest of the board okay? Because I get worried when I get to a point where I'm like, does it matter which way around these are? Because it feels like it should matter. Oh, it does matter, because there's 2 diagonal kings there, so it can't be this one, so it's that one. Right, okay, I feel happy.
Collate the data and the answer will drop out. Puzzles are really very simple when you know the proper methods.
Do, do, do. Number 20. Up to a 5-hat difficulty. Lonely king, lonely king. You're also on your own. You've got a cross of 5. I don't think there's another easy win here. Right, so these 2 knights are diagonal, so this one on this side and also this one on this side have to be kings. Neither of these 2 can be kings, so it's that one up there. One, 2, this guy has to be a king. 1, 2, this guy has to be a king. Do do do. This one cannot be a king, and therefore this one is. Well, also he has to be a king because of those 2 diagonals. One of these two needs to be king. Which also therefore means that this one up here needs to be. Does it matter which of these two is king? Yes, it needs to be this one. So then I think I also want... wait a second. Yeah, I think I want to put a king here and here. Is that right? Do I have any troubles? I don't think I do. Submit.
This is an interesting one. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Good, good, good. Last puzzle of this segment. Right. What do we have here? You're a 5-long kingdom, therefore. Do I even have anything else to work with that? Well, obviously we go 1, 2, and then this guy has to be. One of these 3 has to be a king, but the only way to stop the triple diagonals is to put him there. There's got to be something I can work out from this bit around here. I feel like the best way to remove these is to put one king here and then a king here. And then a king here. And there. And actually, no, that one. No. I really want a king there, but it doesn't work. There. King, king, king? And kings here and here? Nope. You need to be up there. Which means you can't be there, so you're going to be there. You're going to be there. No. That doesn't work either. This one here. This one there. Right, I'm gonna undo most of this bottom. Right. Let's go back up to here, where I'm pretty sure these two have to be like this. Because we have to break up both of these lines of 3, which means we need diagonal kings, but they can't be diagonal with that one, who has to be there from being over there. So, then we have to have one here. And then we have the same situation as up here over here, which means we have to have kings here and here. which means we can't have a king there. This has to be a king. And then we have the same situation as here and here, putting kings there and there. So that has to be a king. And then this has to be a king. Looks right. Yeah, go.
I've seen how to solve this. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Alright. We are done with this section. I'm glad I eventually figured out how to work it. Because that was tough at the beginning. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel, or maybe following me on social media, which is linked in the description box below. I typically stream multiple times per week, and the schedule for that is found both over there on social media and over here on YouTube, over in the community tab. And I hope to see you guys around another time. So once again, thanks for watching, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya, bye bye.